All right, hey, this is the parent video, but also a whole video about the program for the Peer Tutors of Maryland, summer 2022. Apologize for my shirt, I guess. It's not professional, but summer vacation. Okay, so first thing, parents of Peer Tutors of Maryland. This is the Google Classroom. So I'm gonna send out a code and you guys are gonna be in the Google Classroom, not the kids. This is just so that you get to feel like what it is like to be a student in a Google Classroom. And also, we can dialogue. I can put links, you can ask questions right here in the stream. It's a good tool. And so we'll use that. Mr. Field Math is where the kids are gonna go in the program. They're gonna click on Summer Math 2022. Week 1 is first week. And all the classes are here. So there's calculus, SAT prep, all the way to 5th grade. And so the instructions are right here. And of course, we'll be going through those with them. But so that is where they go. The video, I have made the video. So all the instruction starts and ends with me. Okay. And in the middle, we all work together. So they are supposed to take notes. They are trying the assignments. They don't have to get 100 the first time around. They have to complete them in order to post in the organizer. Each group has an organizer. So that looks like this. It's used to be a Google Doc, but now I found this site, so it's a database. Really cool, so that you can post, and when you click new post, it automatically puts your name and date, and then the students put the topic. The nice thing is when they put the topic, they can type right in there. We can add comments and dialogue about the problem right there. But then they put the type, a screenshot, and they can put a description over there. Mary was just playing around. So yeah, that is the resource for the summer. And so I want the students to be doing all the communication in the organizer and in the session. But for the parents, we're going to communicate in the Google Classroom. Also, one more thing about that. That way, when everyone is in, I just click email all in. If I have something to tell you guys, I can. Okay, so now we're going to go through some details about the program, let you know what they're going to be doing each day, and you can send them prepared. That is the number one thing I need all parents to do. I need them to know what is going on and know whether or not their child is prepared. Because what happens is if that doesn't happen, then we get to the end and some parents say, oh, no, it didn't work. Well, it's not that it didn't work, but we all have to work together. Okay, so the students are going to do what we just looked at mrfieldmath.com. Parents join the Google Classroom, ensure their child has done the watched the video, tried the assignments, and posted in the organizer, and view this video as well as other informational videos that I can make as questions arise. So on Tuesday, the students are going to be grouped by the class they're going into, and the tutors are going to and me are going to be going around and explaining the process, and we are going to keep track using Class Dojo. So after everyone's settled, understands the system, we'll be giving points for organizer posts, amount of work they complete in the session, updating the organizer. So if you come in with a red question, you should leave with a yellow, or you're changing it to yellow or green because you get your questions answered. And if group members help other group members, that is the goal. When you have to help someone else, you have to understand it in a deeper way. So that is Tuesday. But then Wednesday, we're going to change the groups, and it's going to look like different age levels in groups of 4 or 5. And the goal is still for them to help one another to collaborate using the organizer. So the oldest person in each group is going to have to display some leadership and make sure everyone's posting in the organizer. But there's also a peer tutor assigned to each group, and I am there. So we have the different levels of assistance that we are ready to give all the students. But the more prepared and the more they advocate, the better they're going to do in the program. The better they're going to do, period, right? So that's what we want to encourage. All these other skills that you can gain if you do math the right way. So on Wednesday, that's what they're doing. They are working together to answer each other's organizer posts, and they are trying to create a goal and a plan together, so they should say, okay, well, I did all my assignments, but I have 4 red questions, so I need to get those answered. So we're working through them. And then they update the organizer, and then they try the assignment again. Students communicate their plan with their peer tutor and Mr. Field. Students document evidence of their group's work and learning. So that would be in the organizer. Then Think Through Thursday is going to be a continuation of Wednesday. And when all the students are finished with their work, then each group will be given a numeracy task, which is a task that you can use math to solve in a better way. For example, one of them is about a school schedule. So we would say, all right, how many of you would like to design a school schedule where you have every other Friday off? That would be nice, right? So, but you still have to have the same number of instructional minutes, the same number of instructional, minutes. The days is okay, because we're gonna make up the time. So how are we gonna change the length of the day? The class times, the stoppage times, and all that. When they have to think about that, that's a very mathematical task. And so they can think about their solution, but they can think about how can they incorporate the math they're learning into that solution too. And so they're going to be doing these in their vertical teams of high school, middle school, and elementary, and share out. So that is something I'm really excited about. So for parents, all I need from you guys is to know the program, which I just went through, and ask any questions. So, it's all clear in my head, but the more we collaborate, the more clear it will be for everyone, right? Communicate feedback and concerns with me. That is how I grow, the program grows, and I'm not offended. I just think through the feedback and try to make the best decision I can. So please feel free to share. Work with your child to make sure they're fulfilling their role. Okay, so they will not automatically do what they're supposed to. They need all of us to work together to make sure that happens. So this doesn't mean you need to sit with them and do all their work with them. You just need to ask them to show you their assignments, to show you their video notes, and to open the organizer and show you where they've posted. And compare with the other students in the group. How does their post look compared to the best student's post? I mean, not the best student, but the student who you think has the best post. Let's encourage them all to have the best post, and call them out and give them feedback on what they can do better. Because if we all work together to do that, it's going to be a tremendous program. And so the last thing is the tutors. I just want you guys to know, so you don't feel like this is just kids teaching kids, because it is so not. The tutors on Tuesday, they're going to help me get everyone signed into their group's dojo, and we are going to give you the code as well, so you can track the points with us. And the tutors and myself are going to be assigning points based on the goals of the program. You can also take away points if students in the program have their cameras off, are off task, playing games, other things like that. They get the points taken. So they're going to show everybody Mr. Field math, have them log into the organizer and show them what posting should look like. They're going to have them click on their assignments, make sure they go to the right assignments. We're going to do a notebook check, and then they're going to take notes with the group and show them. All the peer tutors that we have this summer are amazing note takers. I taught them and have been impressed. So now they're all going to work together to take notes on the video that I created for each group. And that's Tuesday. Then Wednesday, the groups are going to be tasked with making a plan, and peer tutors are going to stop in and say, so what's your plan? Make sure it makes sense, helps everyone progress, and the students in the group are going to be working through each other's questions one at a time, answering, and then the tutors are there to answer any red questions or yellow, that no one in the group knows how to do. So if the tutor is explaining a red question, the whole group should be writing down the solution and completing a follow-up question given by the tutor, a check for understanding question. And the organizer post should be updated. So if it was red, but now that makes sense to the students, they can change it to yellow or green. If there's only yellow students in the group's organizer, then the tutor is going to listen to the explanations in their own words and offer feedback, make sure any way that the solution can be improved, that they can see, they'll share. And if there's only green questions in the group, then the tutor is going to verify the accuracy, make sure it's correct, and is there anything missing that can be improved, things like that. And then, so this taskbar is in the way here. The last thing they're going to do is there we go. They're going to call Mr. Field in for next steps if the group finishes early. And the last slide, tutors on Thursday. They're going to finish that process from Wednesday, and then they are going to work with the groups on the numeracy task. So they'll hear their ideas, offer suggestions, encourage their thinking. This is all about problem solving. And problem solving is figuring out what to do when you don't know what to do. And you don't get better at it unless you do it. So although there's not one right answer, there's lots of mathematical thinking, and we want the students to have these opportunities to collaborate in a real professional way where we have different levels of experience all coming together to try to come to a solution. Amazing. And then the tutors are going to help the students in the group identify when they've made a math connection. And I'm going to be overseeing it and I'm going to be doing a lot of coordinating and making sure this is all happening. And at any time, if the students or the tutors get stuck, they're going to press the ask for help button and call me in. And so I'm going to be facilitating, but also available for any help as well. So if your child says there's a red question and no one could answer it, then make sure you say, did you press ask for help? Did you ask Mr. Field? Because I'm there. Okay, and that's how the summer program goes. So I hope this sounds exciting and encouraging. And please post in the stream any feedback, questions, or concerns you have, and we will get started next week. Thanks, everybody.